Is it you? Is it you? Is it you? It's you! Come in, come in. Before we start, could I have your mobile phones, please? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay, this won't take a moment. we can't have those corporate fat cats listening in on us. Okay. Come in. Hello, I'm Alan, and I've been fighting the New World Order for about 5 years now. Yeah, my research, I keep it to myself until relatively, well, until you came along in many respects. You can see the computers here in my laboratory, all created by myself. Monitored by myself, because I'm not allowing any Japanese shite in here. That's not in control. Other people control all the computers. They look at you more than we look at them. So my research brought many things to light. I don't want to talk too much about various aspects of it, although I do trust you. I know you've been cleared by my security. Trust me on that. However, what I would like to say is I will share a little bit of my research with you. This is to do with the Iraq War, Desert Storm as it's called. So the news and everyone said they're going to take out a dreaded and hated dictator. It wasn't anything to do with that. It wasn't to do with what you call weapons of mass destruction. No, no, no. Weapons of mass destruction. You think the Western world would spell millions and billions invading a small Middle Eastern country run by a despot when half the world is run by despots and we ignore them? No, they discovered something else that nobody else found out about because they kept it secret. What did they discover? What were they looking for? What did they find? They found a Stargate, a wormhole. A thing that has the ability to transport large numbers of people instantly anywhere within the world. Imagine an army through your Stargate, anywhere in the world instantly, total invasion. Blitzkrieg has nothing on this. It's instantaneous takeover. That's what they wanted, that's what they're planning, and that's what led to this here interview now. Liquid gold. Graffiti remover. Can get awfully lonely down here sometimes doing all this work by myself. Believe it or not, I once had a family. I was normal. I cared about them. My wife, my kid. They meant everything to me. I had it all. I had it all. But then one day I just woke up and realised that things were not as it seems. That the world itself was like a thin veil that somehow I'd torn through and seen the reality of what was going on. It became crystal clear. The world was full of fake people that look real, but they're not. They're not real at all. They've been created by something other than human, other than, well, God, if that's a myth you choose to believe in. Y2K, nobody knows about it, but I do. Maybe a few do know about it, but they refuse to acknowledge it. It happened some years ago, 5 years, 6 years. Hard to tell precisely when, and then it just grew. What happened was that computers, not the sort that I make, the sort that I control, but computers controlled by others, destroyed 70% of the entire world population. People became irrelevant, and they were replaced by fakes. And the fakes walked the streets, and the fakes came home to children that were still real and cooked them tea. But slowly, they were planning a takeover. And it seemed to me that I was the only one that could stop this. I had to do some rigorous testing on my family. The magnets that I put to their heads didn't reveal anything at all. I knew then that there was something drastically wrong. A magnet on my wife's head. I love my wife. And the magnet on my little child's head didn't work at all. So I knew then I had to take it a stage further. So, obviously, what I needed to do then was to dismantle my wife and my child. I did this easily with a simple blow to the back of the head. That then affected where the robotic computer is, there, in the base of the brain, right there. A blow, bang, and they're down, okay? Remarkably, the structure inside was brilliant because the computer had managed to replicate bone, blood, tissue, almost like a human, but it couldn't have been a human because there was so much blood. A human doesn't have so much blood. My wife and my child bled everywhere. It was really, really fascinating, but unimportant. So, what do you think then? Why are you backing away? What's the problem? I've told you the truth. You know it's the truth. Are you saying all of this is lies? Or are you actually saying that you're not who you say you are? That you are in fact part of the conspiracy? Are you the ones who come to get me? Me? I'm going to expose all of you! Smile! You're on camera now!